What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the plans look like we could be having undefeated lightweight star title contender, Frank the Ghost Martin, who is 18 wins, no losses, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. We could have Frank the Ghost Martin face off, possibly, against undefeated 3-division world champion, 5-time world champion, superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is a superstar, widely considered the face of the sport of boxing. He has a record of 29 wins, no losses, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Now, Frank Martin is a southpaw. Gervonta Tank Davis is a southpaw. And they're both, more importantly, with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, Showtime President of Sports Steven Espinosa. The difference is Gervonta Tank Davis is promoted by himself, GTD Promotions, and Frank Martin is promoted by Man Down Promotions, who is, now former unified 3-belt welterweight WBA, WBC, IBF world champion, superstar boxer Earl the True Spence Jr. and Man Down Promotions. So he's now with Man Down Promotions. And Frank Martin was in negotiations, and Frank Martin was linked to a fight with Olympic silver medalist, undefeated 2-division world champion, former unified super featherweight WBC, WBO world champion, superstar boxer, now lightweight title contender, Shakur Stevenson. Okay, Shakur Stevenson is 20 wins, no losses, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. He is 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach, and he too is a southpaw. Okay, so with that said, Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson was supposed to fight for for undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is now 30 wins, no losses, no draws. He is, Devin Haney is 24 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. Devin Haney is the undisputed lightweight champion. Devin Haney has vacated his WBC belt. Okay? And with that said, Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin is supposed to fight for the vacant WBC title. Right? And with that said, we were supposed to get Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson November 16th, Las Vegas, Nevada, for a mega showdown for the WBC title. And now Devin Haney vacated the WBC title. Devin Haney moved up to junior welterweight to face off against WBC 2-time junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer Regis Prograis, right? Regis Prograis, Devin Haney has been announced yesterday, ironically, that they're going to fight December 9th, San Francisco, California, at the Chase Arena where the Golden State Warriors play. So he's moved up. It looks like Gervonta Tank Davis is going to be elevated to the WBA super champion. He's the WBA lightweight regular champion. So it looks like the WBA is going to elevate Gervonta Tank Davis to the super champion. Again, Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin had a purse bid, which was September 5th. That the purse bid went away because reportedly, according to the WBC, Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson came to an agreement and they didn't need the purse bid to fight for the vacant WBC title. So what's the reason why suddenly yesterday, just an hour after we found out that Devin Haney, Regis Prograis is official now that the WBC title is vacant, Frank Martin is supposed to fight Shakur Stevenson for this belt, and then Frank Martin informs Top Rank, ESPN, Bob Arum, and the company that they're no longer interested in the fight. Now, I heard people say that Frank Martin never signed the contract. Frank Martin never even acknowledged the fight with Shakur Stevenson, so how could he turn the fight down? Well, this is the time where we use all of our common sense, because the WBC stated that they wanted it to go to a purse bid, and then the WBC announced that the purse bid was no longer needed because both sides agreed, which means the WBC had to be involved in the negotiations. They had to get Frank Martin's side and understanding. They couldn't just take Shakur Stevenson's word for it in the purse bid and say, okay, Shakur Stevenson said they came to an understanding, so now the WBC doesn't have to get information and contact Frank Martin and his team. They're just going to take Shakur Stevenson's word for it and then remove the purse bid. It doesn't work that way. They have to get information from Frank Martin's team as well, and they have to get confirmation from Frank Martin's team as well to say that, you know, they have came to an agreement, because neither one of them are the champion. Let's just start there. And even if the champion was the champion, even if it was Devin Haney in this case, they couldn't take his word for it either. They have to have confirmation from both sides before they can pull a purse bid off the table. So when people are telling you that, well, Frank Martin never agreed to the contract and never signed anything, or said he never saw a contract, well, he agreed to the terms so that they didn't have to go to a purse bid. Otherwise, he should have just allowed it to go to a purse bid, and he didn't have to worry about the terms, because he would have knew the terms immediately. But the purse bid opens up for, you know, multiple, any entity can then bid on the fight, and they wanted to, you know, they want to eliminate that possibility, so they wanted to keep it in house. And it was stated that PBC's Al Heyman had agreed, you know, to allow it to happen on ESPN with Top Rank November 16th, period. Right? So with that said, this is, you know, shocking news, right? And it came out of left field. You know, this is very shocking. It's very disappointing, to say the very least. You know, that, you know, Frank Martin is pulled out of this fight, and we haven't gotten any information from Frank Martin's side to say why he pulled out. You understand? He didn't give it no updates. There's no information. Just his team pulled out and just stated that they don't want the fight. It's very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. And so there's wide speculation that Frank Martin could be involved in the negotiations, again, like I said, to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Right? That's the word that people are now looking at. You know, that's what people are speculating, because, again, if you're not fighting Gervonta Tank Davis, there's no explanation. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no excuse for not fighting Shakur Stevenson. It's just not. It's just not. You know, it has to be Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Tank Davis at this point. It's reported that Frank Martin was going to get a guaranteed purse of $1 million. It's a marquee fight against one of the best fighters in the world. Shakur Stevenson is a top 10 pound for pound best fighter in the world. So you're going to get a marquee fight for over $1 million. And it was reported that he got $100,000 for his last fight. So you was gonna get $1 million. That's 10 times the amount of money you was gonna get, and an opportunity to fight for a title and a marquee name. What more is there that you need? So if it's not Gervonta Tank Davis, then this is clearly a duck move on the part of Frank Martin and his team. And the reason that I have to say that is because Earl Spence, as his promoter and his team, have been calling out Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson wasn't calling out Frank Martin. So if you fight anybody other than Gervonta Tank Davis instead of fighting Shakur Stevenson, that's a huge stain on your reputation. So I know people are saying now, speculating, because they, again, when it's the unknown and you can't understand, you can't make of it, make sense of it, then we always overreact. So we have to, reach for the stars, because it just don't make sense as to why he would go and pull out of this fight. It don't make sense. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm going. Peace.